I'm doing great. I'm enjoying myself at FanFest, and I'm so excited to meet you finally in person. It's been a year since we were on the podcast itself, but now we get to hang out for a moment, and I really appreciate you and everything you're doing.
I know. And then, they're raffling that picture that Dennis had done of Frank, which is absolutely incredible.
It is incredible.
So I see people are buying a lot of the raffle tickets and everything. So I'm proud that he's still remembered. I mean, I always say to the fans that without the fans, we would not be having this event.
Very true, very true. And he's definitely remembered to this day, and he'll be remembered forever.
He certainly will. And for people like you that help it along, the family, well, thanks you.
Thank you very much. Barbara Goodish, make sure you follow Barbara Goodish. Any Bruiser Brody stuff you want signed or buy it from her. Message her on Facebook. That's right, Bruiser Brody. Check it out.
Check it out. Huss.
Johnny Cashmere, why did you betray your friend Joel Maximo?
My friend Joel Maximo. Didn't talk to him for 12 years while I was not in the wrestling business. I have plenty of fair weather friends. Let me tell you something. With friends like Joel Maximo, who the hell needs enemies? I'm not getting any younger. I got to fast track my career. If it means blowing out the other guy's candle to make mine shine a little bit brighter, I'm all for it, Dank. I don't care what anybody says.
It's terrible, man. Terrible, man. Johnny Cashmere. Who taught you how to rap?
Well, I spent some time working at McDonald's, and part of their training is you gotta take the things and you gotta fold them the right way, you gotta wrap them the right way. So I didn't last very long, as you could tell. I just wasn't. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. It's not for everybody. I'm currently jobless outside professional wrestling, so I really hope that this takes off because the cardboard box just isn't keeping me insulated at night anymore.
You need to put your priorities in.
You think I should go back to McDonald's?
No.
You think Ronald will take me back? Ronald.
Grimace.
Yeah. Well, Grimace is working with the Mets now. So do you think I could get a job with the Mets?
Probably.
Get a good job with
probably
the Mets?
be in the starting lineup for the Mets.
Starting lineup for the Mets? I'll take that.
I don't think that's going to work.
You don't think that's why don't you think it's going to work?
I don't think it's going to work. Anyway.
I just want to say that it was super rude of you to walk away from me earlier.
Talking to the New York State champion, you're going to have to pay up.
Do you take kale?
Dude, goodbye.
Whip wreck, Cation, doesn't matter.
We'll see what happens, but it looks like we have a special guest. Get my earplugs on.
No. You was looking for Tina, and then you talk about people.
Dominate tonight, all right? The Dirty Deeds, they got nothing.
We're now the new Starlet champion. What's going on?
Hi, I am fearless princess, so why not team up?
All right, now just announced by Mr. Joel Maximo for February.
The show is called The Shadow Band, and I was like, that's kind of...
Hold on. Let me speak. Okay?
But today I got a very special guest. I got the great... Welcome everybody to Beyond the Barricade. I'm your host Papa Dank, and we are kicking off NWA week with one of the best in the business. But this Saturday is Philly. NWA is coming to Philly for Philly 76, and I'm excited that it's coming close to the Northeast. And next month they'll be in Queens, New York, where I'll be able to attend that event, and I'm so excited. But let me bring to you the one, the only Mr. Thrillbilly himself, Silas Mason. What's up, brother?
Yeah. You know, brother, you don't have to be modest here. You said one of the best. You can go ahead and admit it. I am the best.
All right.
No, it's not going to hurt my feelings none, brother. Because you just be telling the truth, and I don't want you lying to me now, all right?
Listen, I'm telling the truth. I said it, so it must be true. How are you doing today, first of all?
Brother, couldn't be any better. Out here in the hills of East Tennessee, just got done running 2 miles, just got done lifting, training like it's the last day of my heart's going to be pumping on this earth because I'm ready for NWA 76 this Saturday. Did you know that? Did you know NWA 76 is this Saturday, brother?
This Saturday. I'm excited for everybody that's going to be there.
And you said in the Northeast. What city is it in?
Philly.
No. Thrilly, baby. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia. I love it.
That's what it's going to be, man, at the ECW Arena.
That should be a
You
shirt.
want me to break some news to you?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to hear it? Do you want Beyond the Barricade to be the first podcast that this news is broke on? Do you want that?
100%. Let's do it. It's up. Breaking news right now with Silas Mason.
The Thrillbilly versus Colby Carino at 76. I'm coming for your ass, and I'm going to beat
Wow.
it in the arena that your daddy bled all over, lost all of his brain cells, and didn't raise you right, son. That's the reason he didn't raise you right. I'm going to do the same thing to you. I'm going to knock your brain all over your head because I know you ain't raising your son right already. Dumbass.
That is
I hate
huge
that guy.
breaking news right there. Look at that.
Dude, I cannot stand Colby Carino. I was begging Billy Corgan. I was like, dude, put me across, because ever since the Southern Six has come up, he's been jealous. Yeah, he's going up here and he's talking all this trash because he took EC3 to the limit. Hell, I took EC3 to the limit every single time I wrestled him. He had to cheat every single time just to try to hold my shoulders down, which he did not do, by the way. But so Colby Carino, he's just been handed all these opportunities. He's not even a heavyweight. So I'm going to teach that little punk what a real heavyweight does to him.
All right. Look at you, man. You got it going on.
I'm fired up, brother. I'm fired up already. Like I said, I ran 2 miles this morning, brother. I am ready to go.
Listen, that's got to be a shirt, Philadelphia.
It is going to be a shirt.
It is going to be a shirt.
Oh, yeah, we're debuting it there. You know, it's one of those things, like, no point in selling a bunch of it online. Yeah. But you might see one. It's like a limited edition tour shirt. You know what I'm saying?
I need one. I got to figure out how I'm going to get one.
So I can't just be talking your ear off on this podcast. Ask me some questions, brother.
All right, let's start off with, I'm going to ask you the basic questions. This is the first time you've been on. How did you fall in love with professional wrestling?
How I fall in love with professional wrestling? Well, you know, I used to be one of those kids. I have a very active imagination. So I'd always be playing with those action figures, playing with those superheroes. And I was like, man, it'd be so cool to be a superhero. And then I turned on the TV and it was Ultimo Dragon versus La Parka. And it was just 2 superheroes. And I was like, well, damn, I'm already the biggest man that ever lived. Might as well give wrestling a shot.
Okay. Now, where did you go train, and who were your trainers?
So I'm originally, I broke in with like Chase Owens back in the day, and then fast forward a couple of years, he put, you know, all the East Tennessee wrestling, and we had Dr. Tom Pritchard opening up a school right there in my hometown, Knoxville, Tennessee. And so I started, you know, and he's the best ever to train people, you know, like he's trained Kurt Angle, The Rock, me. His list goes on and on. So,
right, including maybe a friend of yours or not, AJ Kazana.
I don't know if you could consider a guy like AJ Kazana a friend. You know what I'm saying? Right. He's like one of those kind of guys at the bar. You know, he's going to shake your head, like, you know, then he talks, you know, tries to talk to your girl afterwards, but then he always ends up going home with that 300-pound heifer. And it's just one of those things you always got to keep your eye out on him. And I mean like an actual cow. He had a ranch, Bullhead Ranch. Like so he had, you know, had to go back home on the ranch.
Okay, let's break away from AJ for a moment. Tell me about your experiences on Iron Claw.
Iron Claw? Yeah, oh, so dude, it was great, man. Like my good friend Zac Efron called me up. You know, Zach called me up and he was like, Thrill, I need you, baby. There's only one person that can play Terry Gordy. And as someone who is you know, they sent me in the email because they all have to go through this business stuff. They sent me an email and they asked me if I knew who Terry Gordy was. And I said, brother, I've been ripping his stuff off since I got started in the wrestling business. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, what was the best?
It was a blast, man.
Did you get to interact with Chavo?
Oh, yeah, dude, I was more nervous to meet Chavo than I was Zach. If I'm being honest, because I remember, like, you know, bless his heart, but I'm not one of those guys that watches a bunch of movies. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm aware that Zac Efron's famous, but, like, I'm spending all my time watching wrestling. I'm spending all my time watching Los Guerreros defending the SmackDown tag team titles. So, you know, that was pretty cool.
So you weren't a fan of High School Musical?
I'm a fan of musicals, and I was very musical in high school. But like I said, brother, I was too busy watching wrestling.
Now, what a fantastic film Iron Claw was. It made me cry. I'm not going to lie. It really got
sad,
me. My brother passed away, and he was my only brother. So that line where he says, I was a brother, like it really hit me in the movie theater. So
Yeah, dude, I'm
fantastic
sorry to hear
job.
that, man.
Thank you, thank you. Fantastic job with the film. Much successful film, and I watch it here and there every so
Oh
often.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's one of those films
everybody,
you could keep watching.
yeah, everybody around here in Blount County pretty much came out with me to it because my mama still lives here. I ain't gonna tell
Mhm.
y'all weird wrestling marks where, but
Right,
so I was, my
right.
mom, we're related to everybody around here. So
Mhm.
we literally got like 50, 60 people just coming into the theater. We all, and I don't like, I've been in the movie, you know what I'm saying? I'm not a guy that likes sitting down and watching movies. I'm like, I guess I'll watch it for the third time because I also went to the premiere. And when I was at the
Wow.
premiere, I met, Trish Stratus, dude. Let me tell you, 12-year-old
Oh,
Silas was really excited about that.
I'm
Again, more
sure he
nervous to
was.
meet her than Zach.
Right, man. I'd be nervous too to meet Trish Stratus. Did you get a chance to interact with MJF?
I don't care about that, Mark, dude. I'm sitting, like, MJF, like, people like him or whatever, but I'm a Trish Stratus Mark through and through.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't care
Me
less.
too.
Once I see Trish, I
Me
was like, I
too.
don't care about the rest of these guys.
I don't care about the rest of the guys, right? All right, let's talk about Philly, man. What do you think is the big announcement coming up, in your opinion?
I just announced it at the top of the show, brother. It's me versus Colby Carino.
I mean Billy's announcement, not the other announcement.
Billy's probably going to announce how great it is to have the Thrillbilly Silas Mason fighting Colby Carino because it's going to be, like people are saying that's the real main event. Because
Is that
Tom
what they're saying?
Latimer, dude, Tom
Mhm.
Latimer isn't from America, and he has the
That's true.
contiguous United States that he's walking around with. And the last
Right.
time Brett did that, we threw a bunch of tea in the harbor. You know what I'm saying? And then EC3, I've already beat the guy 1,000 times. And then every time he was one of these guys. He plays politics. You know what I'm saying? So like he kind
Right.
of gets things like his way at the right time when he wants it. Man, my house burned down before our match. You know that, and I know that
Mhm.
he was the son of a bitch that did it.
So you're
Found a
saying
burnt top.
EC3 burnt down your house?
EC. I don't have. I technically, legally, I have
Allegedly.
to say allegedly.
Allegedly. That's right.
I'm just saying, Detective Thrillbilly's on the case, brother.
So after Colby Carino, is it fair to say that you're coming after that world title? The most coveted world title, just so you know.
Brother, look, I put my glasses on, but look at my. I ain't scared of EC3 and I ain't scared of Tom Latimer. I hope they beat each other's brains out, and because I'm going to be the one who's coming in there and I'm going to be picking up the scraps. They're just keeping it warm for me, baby.
Right. Okay. All right. Now tell me about an opponent that you want to wrestle in NWA that you haven't had a chance to mix it up with. Who is that opponent, and why do you want to mix it up with him?
You know, a lot of people say Talos, right?
Mm-hmm.
The guy's 7 feet tall. He's I'm one half of. I've been in tag teams. He's been in tag teams. He's almost as big as me. But he's in the U.S. tag titles scene. He's doing that. And I want the big fish. I want somebody who's really going to raise my stock. I want Eric Smalls, that little
Okay.
miscreant that runs around with Knox and Murdoch. I want him. Because not only the entire time that me and the boys were chasing the Crockett Cup, won it, chasing the World Tag Team titles, gonna win them, chasing the World's Heavyweight title right here, gonna win it. And that little miscreant, the entire time, that little snake in the grass, he punched me in the dingling, dude.
He did.
That's just the kind of, yeah, he did. That's just the kind of low down, no good bottom feeder he is. So I want him in a dog collar match.
Whoa! All right, all right.
But he's going to have to,
make
get
that
to the
happen.
back of the line once I win the world title. Then I'm going to take him out. But dude, he's a big, that's what I'm saying. That's a big, step up in competition for me.
Okay. So let's say you win the world title. Is there any competitors in NWA that you think would be able to challenge you?
I would be honored once I win the world title to give my first defense to somebody that introduced me to the NWA. See, not a lot of people know this. My first match in the NWA was against Trevor Murdoch. and I took him to his limit. The man was huffing, the man was puffing. He was the world's heavyweight champion at the time. That was my first day in. And ever since he's been running from me, he don't want to step in the ring with the Thrillbilly again. So I'm going to sweeten the pot for him. I'll have my world's heavyweight championship, and I'll say, come on, boy, come and take it.
All right, let's step out of wrestling for a moment.
It's like baiting. It's like fishing, brother. All you got to do is put a little bait on there. See, that's what the World Heavyweight Championship is to me. It's bait, because I'm still going to be the big shark. I'm still going to be Big Daddy Thrill. Like, I'm already the man. That title is just going to be the bait that I can lure these little fishies in with. You know what I'm saying? For bigger and bigger fights and bigger paychecks.
I hear that. Bigger paychecks is always a good thing. Now let's jump out of wrestling for a moment. Let's look at some stuff that Silas Mason loves to do. What is your favorite hobby? Like, is there anything you like to do for fun besides beat up people?
Yeah, actually, well, my hobby is pretty much beating up people. I'm a brown belt down there at Memento Combat Sports in Louisville, Tennessee, Knoxville. So in my off time from beating people up, I beat people up. And then, dude, I just got a pretty sick tattoo of my favorite band. Who do you think my favorite band is?
Man, I couldn't even begin to guess who your favorite band is. The Smashing Pumpkins?
Hell no, it's Battlesnake, brother.
I took a wild guess.
What, to be fair to Corgan, I did meet Battlesnake on tour with the Smashing Pumpkins, so you know.
Okay, all right, that's a good thing.
In Australia, baby.
What about some of your favorite foods? What does the Thrillbilly like to eat?
I like to eat a lot of things. What I can eat, because you know that's the big thing, brother. That's about diet and exercise.
100%.
I just, you know, I ain't a guy like Colby Carino sticking a needle in my ass, you know, every day. I got to do things by the book.
Ooh. Me too.
Because he's trying to bulk up to heavyweight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like. I'm just saying I've heard rumors about allegedly. PEDs. I mean, allegedly. Right. But I'm just saying, just when you know, it's like one of those things. I'm going to win the match anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I know he's going to try to cheat beforehand, try to get a competitive advantage. But see, I'm 2 steps ahead because I went ahead and I got a whole bunch of vaccines and I'm loaded up with autism. I'm ready to get him.
You're loaded up with autism?
Dude, I got that dog in me, brother.
Why is my face so red too? I must have got sunburned.
I'm a funny guy. It's the heat from the sun that is the Thrillbilly, brother.
I didn't think you didn't give me your favorite food though.
Biscuits and gravy. Can't eat it though.
It's great. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're eating a lot of protein.
Do what now?
You're eating a lot of protein.
Bunch of protein, bunch of kale. Never thought I'd be a kale guy, but for regular bowel movements.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. I'm on a no carb diet.
You know how it is, brother.
Yeah, I've been on a no carb diet for a month and it's been crazy. It's been crazy.
Oh yeah.
All right. Our executive booker has a question for you. If you could pick one era of wrestling to go back to, which era would you choose?
Man. So my favorite era of wrestling, I guess, would be the like 91 to 94 All Japan, where you had guys like, you know, Mike Awesome was coming in, Terry Gordy, Stan Hansen, and like Kabashi and all those guys. And they just beat the hell out of each other and dropped each other on their head. So like, you know, I love that stuff. So All Japan, give me a call.
All Japan. Okay. All right.
Dory Funk Sr. came by. Dory Funk Sr. came by the last episode of Power, man. And he just got done doing a death match over there in Japan. That dude is. They built those Funk boys a little different.
They did. They did build those Funk boys a little different. That was crazy. I saw them like, this can't be right. I thought I was like looking at some fake stuff, but I was like, damn, this is real. Holy cow. Good for him. So growing up, who would you say was your favorite wrestler?
Man, I was just talking to my tattoo artist. He's Bromento Cheese on Instagram. So if y'all like tattoos and you're in the Knoxville area, he works at Elite Tattoos. But I think it might have been like Kurt Angle, dude. Like,
Really?
honestly, because I was really thinking about it the other day. I love The Rock for his promos, but Angle was a hell of a promo. And he was always good at doing the, oh, and like looking, he wasn't afraid to look like a goof because he knew he could kill you in the ring.
Right.
So, like, that guy's an Olympic gold medal. Like, that's the reason I joined the wrestling team, brother. Because of him and Mick Foley, I thought you had to be on the wrestling team. I won state twice for no reason. Because it turns out you don't actually have to win state championships to get into wrestling, to get into the national. I didn't know that.
Really? I didn't
So I
know
just
that
won
either.
2 state championships for no reason.
At least it's under your belt. You can say you accomplished it.
I guess, yeah. Went
So
undefeated too.
tell me, what does the rich history of the NWA mean to you?
Well, I think we've been talking about all podcasts, ain't we? You had Brody on there early when you had Barbara on, which I've met her before. She is a sweet, sweet lady. You got guys like Trevor Murdoch's father, Dick Murdoch, who always wrestled in the NWA. Like, all these guys all over the years. And like, NWA was more of like this idea of excellence, this idea of being the best. Whoever was the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion, yeah, there's some guys in New York who's making money, but we all know that the real World's Heavyweight Champion is that NWA Heavyweight Champion. So, like, you got Ric Flair carrying around, you had Terry Funk carrying around, Dusty Rhodes. Like, dude, that's the good wrestling. That's where the good wrestling is the NWA. That's anytime I needed to, when I was getting into wrestling, like getting online and looking at it, because I'm, I know I look like a grizzled old vet, but I'm actually a fairly young guy. So I was online. I wasn't around for the actual heyday of it. And so I found out that anytime, and this is what I want the people watching this to do, when you type in NWA into that search bar, it's where the best wrestling's at. It was true then. It's true now, brother. It's that easy. CW app, 76.
CW app. Check out
NWA.
CW app. Look who's on the chat. Mr. Alex Taylor right there. Dr.
Oh, baby.
Forever.
Do you know what's a really weird statistical anomaly?
What is?
I've traveled to enough towns with this guy, so I know by now. The divorce rates in every city we go to skyrocket when Alex Taylor gets in there.
Is that?
I don't know if it's why. I think it's because a lot of the women in the crowd, they're looking at, they expect their man to be better, and they realize he's never going to measure up to a man like Alex Taylor or the Hillbilly Silas Mason. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but yeah, and he's the NWA World's Light Heavyweight Champion. You see, he's bumping it up a weight class instead of junior heavyweight. He's like a light heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? Because he's almost just as big as me.
Alex Taylor will be joining me this week as well, just so everyone knows.
Handsome,
Herb
jacked,
Simmons is in
golden.
the chat. How are you, Herb? He is the owner of SICW Wrestling in Illinois. Herb was around. Illinois. Herb's been around since the early days of the NWA, just so you know.
I believe Dr. Tom was telling me about him. He said he was like any standard promoter. He's always shifty with your. I'm just kidding.
Herb is the best promoter.
Oh yeah,
out there in Illinois, definitely, and I'm glad to call him a friend. So, how many? I want to learn your regimen for the gym because I'm a big gym guy. What is your regimen at the gym nowadays?
I think it's Trenbolone, Test Master. No. That was a steroid joke.
I get it.
Yeah. Just for the audience, don't do steroids, kids. Which is not what I do. But I don't know. Like, I have my buddy Matt York and Boone Wilson. They write me out like a workout program, so it's just a lot of clanging and a lot of banging, man. I try not to think too much about it. Just pick up heavy shit and put it back down.
That's it.
That's really all it comes down to, man. It ain't that complicated.
Fairly simple, I guess.
What I've been getting into a lot recently is running, though. Not running like a coward like Colby Carino does, but like actually hitting the pavement, hitting the trails, doing some real Mike Tyson kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Been getting into that.
That's the hardest part for me is the cardio part because I have asthma, so it's a little tough. But I work through it a little bit.
Lifting heavy teaches you fear. Running teaches you pain.
Yeah,
pain don't hurt, brother.
That's right. All right, Herb, what is going on? Silas did a show for us in St. Louis at FanFest 1.
Hell yeah, I did. It was awesome.
All right. It was
I beat
awesome.
Niles Blanc clean in the middle of the ring. Don't look at the tape.
I won't. I was at FanFest 2, and that was a great, great event. And hopefully there'll be a FanFest 3 so we can all meet up there.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's go into places that you've traveled to. What has been your favorite country so far that you've been to? And
Well,
why?
that'd have to be Australia. I just got an Australian band tattooed on my calf. No, I mean like I've been to Japan before. I've been to that third world hellhole Canada, but out of
Why
all
is
those
it third world?
places, because dude, their 20s smell like maple syrup when it comes out of the cash register. They call them loonies and toonies, dude. And they won't let you in if you've gotten a DUI. It's a third world communist hellhole.
That is true.
I wouldn't know from personal experience. It's just what I've heard. But no, but that was the thing is Australia though, man. That place was we were there for about 2 weeks. It's on the bottom of the flat Earth, so like you can drink more when you're there. Pretty cool. Got me a lot of badass bands touring with Billy Corgan and the Smashing Pumpkins. He didn't want me to upstage him and get on there and play any of my music, but everyone's a critic, you know.
So, what was the best beer you had in Australia?
Oh, Suntories, dude. They're like these little Japanese, like seltzer things. You can drink 1,000 of them.
Now, can we get them
pretty sure the alcohol content was like really low there.
Now, can we get some in the United States? I like to try some new stuff out, you know. So I'm taking suggestions.
There's like an El Toro tequila, I think that they made. It's like an espresso tequila. It was pretty good. If I could remember all the names of the places we went, I'd tell you. But they speak a cartoon language down there. I took the time out to learn Australian before I went there because I'm a cultured guy.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a lot of Steve Irwin, and so I just knew how to do to communicate with the locals.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how were your interaction with some of the locals?
Oh, dude, the Tongans and Samoans love me, brother. That's the big deal whenever you get down there because those guys run like everywhere we went. They were like the security guys, and I don't know if it's like one of those Anoi things where it's like it's all the same family, but they had this one guy who was like had to be 6'8", 350, looked like a lineman. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And obviously they called him tiny, but no, they thought they would never see anyone bigger than him, and then they saw me, and so they all came up there, and actually at the fan fest I met Haku Ming, and they had heard about me, and he was like, yeah, you're one of us now. You're in the
club.
Tied with the Tongans and tied with the Samoans.
Okay. What about any wildlife? Any great wildlife did you see down
there? Besides Kerry Morton, trying to get on every girl. Besides him trying to get on every girl he sees, man. Yeah. See, he has to come back every year just to pay child support. You know what I'm saying? Just go. I'm just kidding with him. But no, they called them Ben chickens.
Oh, what's a Ben chicken?
It's like it looks like the wackiest bird you ever seen. It's called an ibis, and it's like this little. I don't know if y'all can tell how big that is. It's like a little white bird with a really long black beak, and apparently they're everywhere, and they're like pests there. Like when I first saw one, I was like, "What's this majestic animal that I've never seen before?" Like we have those in the zoo, and they're trying to just run them off. And like, oh crikey, these Ben chickens everywhere. See, I told you I spoke Australian. I didn't want to just do it without dropping that knowledge beforehand.
I think this is the most unique story I've heard in a while.
It's true, dude. Ben chickens, ibis. Look it up. And their possums are different.
Well, how are the possums different?
They're just different, man. They're like, oh, it's a possum. I was like, that ain't a possum, brother. Right. I'm from Tennessee, man. I've seen some possums, dude. I've seen possums they wouldn't believe, and that ain't no possum.
Yikes. We got a comment. Robert Fulton says, you are the future of wrestling, Billy.
I'm the future and the present of it, dude. Get it clocked.
Oh man, yikes. Well, I've learned a lot from you today. I've learned about native beasts in this cat just jumped over here.
Well,
Native beasts.
I'm a thrilosopher, baby. I'm here to teach you
Uh,
something.
I'm definitely learning from you today. Um, Shoot, man, this Saturday, NWA coming to Philadelphia or Philadelphia as it's called
There you
nowadays.
go. They're
Um,
renaming it.
yes, they are. Billy Corgan will be there in person, and he's got an announcement to make about the future of the NWA this Saturday at the 2300 Arena. That
And
is
then
a quite what a sports arena.
a real rock star, the Thrillbilly Silas Mason, is going to whip Colby Carino's ass in the building that his daddy should have left him in.
Right. I don't know what this means. My clock told me to tell you, brother. I don't know what that means. All right.
It's thrilly time, baby. That's what that means. Colby
It's thrilling
Carino,
time.
your life
Colby
is
Carino.
over, dude.
Yikes. Colby Carino, you better watch out because Thrillbilly Silas Mason's coming for you this Saturday
Dude,
in Philadelphia.
and I'm going to leave him alive because I want him to suffer, but he ain't going to have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of once I'm done with him. I'm taking him for everything he's got, and I'm going to sue his ass too when I'm done for defamation.
Defamation of character.
He's trying to fame my character, brother, and I'm going to get him.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta
That's
do.
what I always say. I'm going to get you. Southern Six
The
style,
rest of
baby.
Southern Six. They will also be there. Also in action will be the Slime Balls.
You get that off the screen. You can't show that in front of children.
Gotcha. I won't show it no more. The Burke Invitational Gauntlet is also this Saturday to crown the number one contender for the NWA World Women's Championship against
Oh,
Kenzie
yeah.
Page.
I hope Amon Khalif enters, dude. Big
And there
fan.
you go. We got a four-way tag match: the Fixers versus Talos and Daisy Kill versus the Slime Balls versus the Country Gentlemen. Also on hand this Saturday. Make sure you get your tickets now. Man, Thrillbilly, it's actually a thrill to have you on.
Dude,
No
I'm
pun
great.
intended.
I taught you a whole bunch of stuff. I promoted
You
the
did.
event. Now I'm going
You
to promote
did.
myself at Thrillbilly TCB on Instagram. I don't do X or Twitter or whatever they call it because some
Yeah.
apartheid South Africans running it.
Yikes. Also, where can we get some merch? Let everybody know where they can get your merch.
My merch, you can get it at nwashop.com, baby.
All right.
And if you
NWA
want to
Shop.
buy some stuff from me, like I got a yard sale. Like,
What are you
I got
selling on
plenty
the
of
yard?
stuff.
What are you
Don't worry
selling?
about what I'm selling, dude. I'm worried about what you're selling. What are you selling to these people?
I'm selling the Thrillbilly right now and
And that's a
NWA.
good thing to be selling. It's so good it should be illegal. In fact, they might make it. So everyone better get your tickets. NWATix.com. NWA 76 years of tradition, 76 brain cells that I'm going to knock out of Colby Carino's head in Philadelphia, baby.
This Saturday, Philadelphia. And for me, NWA Week continues as I have.
And I don't want to be one of those guys, but Papa dang.
Go ahead.
They don't make them like Joe Galley anymore, man.
They don't.
They don't make them like that. Did you know that he was the guy that broke disclosure on aliens?
I did not know.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know.
When he was working as a radio host down there in San Antonio, or local news host or whatever. He's the guy that broke it. But the deep state, they knew it was too real.
Gosh,
So
I'm gonna have to bring that up tomorrow when I talk to him at noon because I'm a big alien guy.
dude, he's the one that did it.
I'm all about the aliens. Also coming up is the one and only Alex Taylor, who's in our chat today with Silas. Alex Taylor.
Get it off the screen, baby. It's burning my phone. It's too hot, baby. It's too hot to trot. Alex Taylor.
And the divorce rate is going to go skyrocketing in Philadelphia.
Man, you're going to have 2 women watching this show now, as opposed to 1,000, fat, sweaty wrestling fans.
Gotcha. Also coming on this week for the Burke Invitation is Misty Moss. Coming on
baby.
in Philadelphia. Misty has appeared in such places as Mission Pro Wrestling. So give it up for her. And from the Northeast, the one and only Adriana Mosley is coming back to the podcast.
Oh, holy moly.
This Saturday. being in the Burke Invitational. A lot of stuff happening this week for me. And the Country Gentlemen will be on sometime this week. We are looking for a new date for those guys because they had some come up on Thursday, man.
I told you, man, they're idiots and they can't read.
It might be big top secret NWA stuff.
Might be.
Also joining me for NWA week is Lily La Pescarita Ruiz joining me this Tuesday at 8:00 p.m. for NWA week. Yikes. A lot of stuff happening, Silas. A lot of stuff. I'm also going to be at the big event this November, and my first guest announced for me is the Cotton Candy Princess herself, Tiffany Avatar, on Saturday, November 9th. Get your tickets at Big Event New York.
That's going to be a sweet event. See what I did there?
I see what you did.
See what I did? Because she was cotton candy? Sweet?
Very sweet, yeah.
Because my diet, I can't eat cotton candy, but for her, I'm willing to make an exception.
I'll let her know.
You know what I'm saying?
Guerrilla Warfare is coming up for Titan Championship Wrestling on Saturday, September 14th. I will be there as well in Bayville, New Jersey. A lot of stuff happening. There's more stuff happening, but we'll save that for another time. Oh, look at this. Long live the Southern Sex.
Oh, my God. Robert Fulton, you get it, brother. You get it.
He 100% gets it. Silas, I appreciate you coming on the podcast for NWA Week.
Oh, yeah. I had to put over this real quick. I'm also the NWA Southeastern Heavyweight Championship of the World holder. Colby Carino's from North Carolina. And we don't like North Carolina and Tennessee. Football season is just starting, Colby. I'm going to punt your head off your shoulders with my size 16.
That is a beautiful belt. I love it. I'm a big belt guy.
It's a multi belt. That's how you know it's good. AJ's dad runs the promotion. I hear he's getting pretty crooked these days.
There it is. JCP, Joe
He's got a little black book that he carries around with him everywhere. And I'm pretty sure that's why he's just holding out on some of the boys' payout. He's like, oh, I'm going to give you a fine like Bill Watts used to do. But he's just pocketing that cash, brother. Any standard promoter. He's skeevy.
I met some skeevy promoters, but I met some great promoters.
Oh, no, Joe's actually great. Because my money comes in on time. I'm on contract, baby. I signed a big money deal. So, I get, it's one of those things like in the mob. You got to know who to pay. You got to pay your guys. And, all the other little goons wait on their turn. And that's what Colby Carino is. He's a goon.
That could be another shirt. Big Money Thrillbilly. What do you think?
Dude, I got that BCM. I got that Billy Corgan money.
Yeah. He's got a lot of money.
Brother is loaded. He's I was looking it up the other day just because I was interested in my next contract extension. So I looked up Billy Corgan's net worth.
Right.
I was like, how much, what percentage of this can I get? It's all about percentages when you get to the top, brother.
I'm sure he doesn't want to let you go as well.
Most women don't. Not most men either.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Thrillbilly himself, Silas Mason, everybody.
They don't make them like this anymore, Papa. They don't make them like this anymore.
You are definitely one of a kind. I'll be back tonight with Alvin Alvarez. He's got an injury he wants to talk about. Make sure you check me back out at 7 o'clock. All right, everybody have a good rest of your day. Silas, hold on for a minute. Everybody else,